Two Lovers by George Eliot. Read for LibriVox.org by Kirsten Bradby. Two lovers by a moss-grown spring. They leaned soft cheeks together there, mingled the dark and sunny hair, and heard the wooing thrushes sing. O budding time, O love's blessed prime. Two wedded from the portal stepped, the bells made happy carolings, the air was soft as fanning wings, white petals on the pathway slept. O pure-eyed bride, O tender pride. Two faces o'er a cradle bent, two hands above the head were locked, these pressed each other while they rocked, those watched a life that love had sent. O solemn hour, O hidden power. Two parents by the evening fire, the red light fell about their knees on heads that rose by slow degrees, like buds upon the lily spire. O patient life, O tender strife. The two still sat together there, the red light shone about their knees, but all the heads by slow degrees had gone, and left that lonely pair. O voyage fast, O vanished past. The red light shone upon the floor, and made the space between them wide. They drew their chairs up side by side, their pale cheeks joined, and said, once more, O memories, O past that is. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Parting by Charlotte Bronte. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. There's no use in weeping, though we are condemned to part. There's such a thing as keeping a remembrance in one's heart. There's such a thing as dwelling on the thought ourselves have nursed, and with scorn and courage telling the world to do its worst. We'll not let its follies grieve us, we'll just take them as they come, and then every day will leave us a merry laugh for home. When we've left each friend and brother, when we've parted wide and far, we will think of one another as even better than we are. Every glorious sight above us, every pleasant sight beneath, will connect with those that love us, whom we truly love till death. In the evening when we're sitting by the fire perchance alone, then shall heart with warm heart meeting give responsive tone for tone. We can burst the bonds which chain us, which cold human hands have wrought, and when none shall dare restrain us, we can meet again in thought. So there's no use in weeping, bear a cheerful spirit still. Never doubt that fate is keeping future good for present ill. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Our Path by Mrs. Charles. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. Their source is on the mountains, the streams of which we drink, but we must tread the valleys, if we would reach their brink. Their source is on the mountains, higher than feet can go, yet human lips but touch them, in the valleys still and low. Once, when the heavenly voices did call me on their track, I wondered why some hindrance still drew my footsteps back. Some feeble steps to succor, some childish feet to lead, some wandering lambs to gather, some hungered ones to feed, some call of lowly duty, with low, resistless tone, some weight of others' burdens, some burden of my own. But now through heavenly voices, still bid my spirit soar, while treading lowly places, I wander thus no more. Their source is on the mountains, the streams of which we drink, but only in the valleys our lips can reach the brink. Our hearts are on the mountains, whither our feet shall go, but our path is in the valley, where the still waters flow. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Onward and Heavenward by Lady Nairn. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. Would you be young again? So would not I. One tear to memory given, onward I'd hie. Life's dark flood forded o'er, all but at rest on shore. Say would you plunge once more, with home so nigh? If you might, would you now retrace your way? Wander through stormy wilds, faint and astray? Night's gloomy watches spread, morning all beaming red. Hope's smiles around us shed, heavenward away! Where, then, are those dear ones, our joy and delight? Dear, and more dear, though now hidden from sight. Where they rejoice to be, there is the land for me. Fly time, fly speedily! Come, life and light! End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Sower by Dinah, Mulock, Craik. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. In the dim dawning sow thy seed, and in the evening stay not thy hand. What it will bring forth, wheat or weed, who can know, or who understand? Few will heed, yet sow thy seed. See the red sunrise before thee glows, though close behind thee night lingers still. Flapping their fatal wings, come the black foes, following, following over the hill. No repose. Sow thou thy seed. We too went sowing in glad sunrise. Now it's twilight, sad shadows fall. Where is the harvest? Why lift we our eyes? What could we see here? But God seeth all. Fast life flies. Sow the good seed. Though we may cast it with trembling hand, spirit half broken, heart sick and faint, His winds will scatter it over the land, His rain will nourish and cleanse it from taint. Sinner or saint, sow the good seed. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Life by Anna Letitia Barbauld. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. Life, I know not what thou art, but know that thou and I must part. And when or how or where we met, I own to me's a secret yet. Life, we have been long together, through pleasant and through cloudy weather. 'Tis hard to part when friends are dear. Perhaps 'twill cost a sigh, a tear. Then steal away, give little warning, choose thine own time. Say not good night, but in some brighter clime, bid me good morning. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Song by Miss Mitford. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. I like not beauty's roseate brightness. I like not beauty's sparkling eye. Give me the cheek whose marble whiteness Feeling's faint blush alone can dye. Give me the pure and tranquil glance, Where no vain triumphs proudly dance, Serene and blue as heaven's expanse. Thy cheeks, thine eyes, my Mary! I like not lips for ever smiling, I like not speech for ever gay. Give me the softness more beguiling, Which gently veils wit's brilliant ray. Give me the mellow voice that tells What sweetness in the bosom dwells, The sigh that oft that bosom swells, Thy voice, thy sigh, my Mary! End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Spring by Mary Howitt. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. The Spring, she is a blessed thing. She is the mother of the flowers. She is the mate of birds and bees, the partner of their revelries, our star of hope through wintry hours. The many children, when they see Her coming by the budding thorn, They leap upon the cottage floor, They shout beside the cottage door, And run to meet her night and morn. They are soonest with her in the woods, Peeping the withered leaves among, To find the earliest fragrant thing That dares from the cold earth to spring, Or catch the earliest wild bird's song. The little brooks run on in light, As if they had a chase of mirth. The skies are blue, the air is balm, Our very hearts have caught the charm That sheds a beauty over earth. She comes with more than present good, With joys to store for future years, From which is striving crowds apart. The bowed in spirit, bruised in heart, May glean up hopes with grateful tears. Up, let us to the fields away, And breathe the fresh and balmy air. The bird is building in the tree, The flower has opened to the bee, And health and love and peace are there. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Vespers by Dora Greenwell. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. When I have said my quiet say, When I have sung my little song, How sweet, methought, shall die the day, The valley and the hill along! How sweet the summons, "Come away," That calls me from the busy throng! I thought beside the water's flow, Awhile to lie beneath the leaves; I thought in autumn's harvest glow, To rest my head upon the sheaves. But lo! methinks the day is brief, And cloudy; flower, nor fruit, nor leaf, I bring, and yet, accepted free, And blessed, my Lord, I come to thee. What matter now for promise lost, Through blast of spring, or summer rains? What matter now for purpose crossed, For broken hopes, and wasted pains? What if the olive little yields? What if the vine be blasted? Thine, the corn upon a thousand fields, Upon a thousand hills, the vine. Thou lovest still the poor, O blest, in poverty beloved to be. Less lowly is my choice confessed, I love the rich in loving thee. My spirit bare before thee stands, I bring no gift, I ask no sign, I come to thee with empty hands, the surer to be filled from thine. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Loving Service by Anne Shipton. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. I heard the wavelet kiss the shore, lost within the sea, and the ripple of the silvery tide seemed as a psalm to me, contented with God's holy will, its feeble voice to raise to Him His glory, and be lost, nor thirst for human praise. Lord, make me, like the ocean's voice, obedient to Thy will. Thy purpose work as faithfully, and at Thy word be still. I mark the soft dew silently descend o'er plain and hill, on each parched herb and drooping flower the heavenly cloud distil. As noiseless as the sun's first beams, it vanished with the day, but the waving fields told where it fell, when the dew had passed away. Lord, make me like the gentle dew, that other hearts may prove, and through thy feeblest messenger, thy ministry of love. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Buttercups and Daisies by Eliza Cook. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. I never see a young hand hold the starry bunch of white and gold, but something warm and fresh will start about the region of my heart. My smile expires into a sigh. I feel a struggling in the eye, 'twixt humid drop and sparkling ray, till rolling tears have won their way, for soul and brain will travel back through memory's checkered mazes, to days when I but trod life's track for buttercups and daisies. Tell me, ye men of wisdom rare, of sober speech and silver hair, who carry counsel wise and sage, with all the gravity of age. Oh, say, do you not like to hear the accents ringing in your ear, when sportive urchins laugh and shout, tossing these precious flowers about, springing with bold and gleesome bound, proclaiming joy that crazes, and chorusing the magic sound of buttercups and daisies? Are there, I ask, beneath the sky, blossoms that knit so strong a tie with childhood's love? Can any please, or light the infant's eye like these? No, no, there's not a bud on earth of richest tint or warmest birth can ever fling such zeal and zest into the tiny hand, who does not recollect the hours when burning words and praises were lavished on those shining flowers, buttercups and daisies. There seems a bright and fairy spell about their very names to dwell, and though old Time has marked my brow with care and thought, I love them now. Smile, if you will, but some heart strings are closest linked to simplest things, and these wild flowers will hold mine fast till love and life and all be past. And then the only wish I have is, that the one who raises the turf sod o'er me plant my grave with buttercups and daisies. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Orphan Ballad Singers by Miss Landon. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. Oh, weary, weary are our feet, and weary, weary is our way. Through many a long and crowded street we've wandered mournfully to-day. My little sister, she is pale, she is too tender and too young to bear the autumn's sullen gale, and all day long the child has sung. She was our mother's favorite child, who loved her for her eyes of blue, and she is delicate and mild, she cannot do what I can do. She never met her father's eyes, although they were so like her own. In some far distant sea he lies, a father to his child unknown. The first time that she lisped his name, a little playful thing was she. How proud we were! Yet that night came the tale how he had sunk at sea. My mother never raised her head. How strange, how white, how cold she grew! It was a broken heart, they said. I wish our hearts were broken too. We have no home, we have no friends. They said our home no more was ours. Our cottage where the ash tree bends, the garden we had filled with flowers, the sounding shells our father bought, that we might hear the sea at home, our bees that in the summer brought the winter's golden honeycomb. We wandered forth, mid wind and rain, no shelter from the open sky. I only wish to see again my mother's grave, and rest and die. Alas, it is a weary thing to sing our ballads o'er and o'er. The song we used at home to sing, alas, we have a home no more. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Precious Truce by Honorable Mrs. Norton. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. They serve God well, who serve his creatures. Good is not a shapely mass of stone, hewn by man's hands and worked by him alone. It is a seed God suffers one to sow, many to reap, and when the harvest grows, God giveth increase through all the coming years, and lets us reap in joy seed that was sown in tears. All that our wisdom knows, or ever can, is this, that God hath pity upon man, and where his Spirit shines in Holy Writ, the great word Comforter comes after it. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. A Birthday Walk by Ann Taylor. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. To the meadows, love, the birds are on the trees, and the scent of springing violets comes stealthy on the breeze, and the pulse of early love is warm on the cheek and in the eye, and the heart is beating tunefully, it cannot tell thee why. And we are young, my well-beloved, and life is yet to be, and many a spring has birthdays yet to decorate for thee. Then let us to the meadows, love, the woodlands and the vale, and when we've found the white thorn bush, I'll listen to thy tale. I wakened from the pleasant dream, a dream of vanished years, and time upon my cheek had traced a pathway for the tears. And silver were the locks, my love, that o'er thy forehead strayed, and though a staff hadst chosen thee from out the hazel shade, yet let us to the meadows, love, unaltered though we go, for still, to all things beautiful, the mellowed heart can glow. And few and brief the summer tides that yet to us remain, and when we've taken leave of them, we see them not again. And now, in some green churchyard way, the dews of night may lave a daisy root, like that we love from thy young mother's grave, where some pleasant spring or two hath made its leafy stir, shall blossom over us, my love, as that did over her. Then let us to the meadows, to the woodlands, to the vale, ere the golden bowl be broken, and the silver cord shall fail. Green earth shall still be beautiful, when closed our little day, and we'll enjoy her loveliness, as twilight sinks away. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Nor Peace Nor Ease by Mrs. Greville. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. Nor peace nor ease the heart can know, which like the needle true, turns at the touch of joy or woe, but turning trembles too. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Messenger Bird by Mrs. Hemans. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. Thou art come from the Spirit's land, thou bird. Thou art come from the Spirit's land. Through the dark pine grove let thy voice be heard, and tell of the shadowy band. We know that the bowers are green and fair, in the light of that summer shore, and we know that the friends we have lost are there, they are there, and they weep no more. And we know they have quenched their fever's thirst from the fountain of youth ere now, for there must the stream in its freshness burst, which none may find below. And we know that they will not be lured to earth from the land of deathless flowers, by the feast, or the dance, or the song of mirth, though their hearts were once with ours. But tell us, thou bird of the solemn strain, can those who have loved forget? We call and they answer not again. Do they love? Do they love us yet? We call them far through the silent night, and they speak not from cave or hill. We know, thou bird, that their land is bright, but say, do they love there still? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. To a Child by Joanna, Baillie. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. The wilding rose, sweet as thyself, and new cropped daisies are thy treasure. I'd gladly part with worldly pelf, to taste again thy youthful pleasure. But yet, for all thy merry look, thy frisks and wiles, the time is coming, when thou shalt sit in cheerless nook, the weary spell o'er Hornbrook thumbing. Well, let it be, through weal and woe, thou know'st not now thy future range. Life is a motley shifting show, and thou a thing of hope and change. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. A Country Life by Katherine Phillips. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. How sacred and how innocent a country life appears! How free from tumult, discontent, from flattery or fears! This was the first and happiest life, when man enjoyed himself, till pride exchanged peace for strife, and happiness for pelf. 'Twas here the poets were inspired, here taught the multitude, and brave they here with honor fired, and civilized the rude. The golden age did entertain, no passion but of love, the thoughts of ruling and of gain did ne'er their fancies move. Them that do covet only rest, a cottage will suffice. It is not brave to be possessed of earth, but to despise. Opinion is the rate of things, from hence our peace doth flow. I have a better fate than kings, because I think it so. When all the stormy world doth roar, how unconcerned am I! I cannot fear to tumble lower, who never could be high. Secure in these unenvied walls, I think not on the state, and pity no man's case that falls from his ambition's height. Silence and innocence are safe, a heart that's nobly true, at all those little acts can laugh, that do the world subdue. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. God's Sunbeam by Mrs. Silsby. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. Eyes that with holy tears are dim, shine, when God's sunbeam on them plays, in stricken souls angelic lays are rising like a happy hymn. And friends beloved, unto whom sorrow hath come with keenest sting, the drooping of the angel's wing shall bring the shade and not the gloom. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Why This Longing by H. W. Sewall. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. Why this longing, thus forever sighing, for the far off, unattained and dim, while the beautiful all round thee lying, offers up its low perpetual hymn. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. A Life of Liberty by Anna L. Waring. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. Briars beset my every path, which call for patient care. There is a cross in every lot, an earnest need for prayer. But a lowly heart that leans on thee is happy everywhere. In service which thy love appoints, there are no bonds for me. My secret heart is taught the truth that makes thy children free. A life of self-renouncing love is a life of liberty. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Life by Frances Anne Kemble. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. A sacred burden is the life ye bear. Look on it, lift it, bear it solemnly. Stand up and walk beneath it steadfastly. Fail not for sorrow, falter not for sin, but onward, upward, till the goal ye win. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Better Trust All by Frances Anne Kemble. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. Better trust all and be deceived, and weep that trust and that deceiving, that doubt one heart, that, if believed, had blessed one's life with true believing. Oh, in this mocking world too fast, the doubting fiend o'ertakes our youth. Better be cheated to the last, than lose the blessed hope of truth. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. He Doth All Things Well by Anne Bronte. Read for LibriVox.org by Lynda Marie Nielsen, Vancouver, BC. I hope that with the brave and strong my portioned task might lie, to toil amid the busy throng, with purpose pure and high. But God has fixed another part, and He has fixed it well. I said so with my breaking heart, when first this anguish fell. These weary hours will not be lost, these days of misery, these nights of darkness, tempest tossed, can I but turn to Thee. With secret labor to sustain, in patience every blow, to gather fortitude from pain, and holiness from woe. If Thou shouldst bring me back to life, more humble I should be, more wise, more strengthened for the strife, more apt to lean on Thee. Should death be standing at the gate, thus should I keep my vow. But Lord, whatever be my fate, oh let me serve Thee now. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Fairest Action by Lady Elizabeth Carew. Read for LibriVox.org by Kathleen. The fairest action of our human life is scorning to revenge an injury, for who forgives without a farther strife, his adversary's heart to him doth tie, and 'tis a firmer conquest truly said, to win the heart than overthrow the head. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Friend Unseen by Charlotte Eliot. Read for LibriVox.org by Kathleen. O Holy Saviour, Friend unseen, the faint, the weak, on Thee may lean. Help me, throughout life's varying scene, by faith to cling to Thee. Blessed with communion so divine, take what Thou wilt, shall I repine, when, as the branches to the vine, my soul may cling to Thee. Without a murmur I dismiss my former dreams of earthly bliss. My joy, my recompense be this, each hour to cling to Thee. What though the world deceitful prove, and earthly friends and joys remove? With patient, uncomplaining love, still would I cling to Thee. Oft when I seem to tread alone some barren waste, with thorns o'ergrown, a voice of love, in gentlest tone, whispers, "Still cling to me." Though faith and hope awhile be tried, I ask not, need not, aught beside. How safe, how calm, how satisfied, the souls that cling to thee. They fear not life's rough storms to brave, since thou art near, and strong to save, nor shudder e'en at death's dark wave, because they cling to thee. Blessed is my lot, whate'er befall. What can disturb me? Who appall? While, as my strength, my rock, my all, Saviour, I cling to thee. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Compensations by Frances R. Havergal. Read for LibriVox.org by Kathleen. Oh, the compensating springs! Oh, the balancings of life, hidden away in the workings under the seeming strife, slowing the fret and the friction, weighing the whirl and the force, evolving the truest power from each unconscious source. How shall we gauge the whole, who can only guess a part? How can we read the life, when we cannot spell the heart? How shall we measure another, we who can never know from the juttings above the surface the depth of the vein below? Even our present way is known to ourselves alone, height and abyss and torrent, flower and thorn and stone. But we gaze on another's path as a far-off mountain scene, scanning the outlined hills, but never the vales between. How shall we judge their present, we who have never seen that which is past for ever, and that which might have been? Measuring by ourselves, unwise indeed are we, measuring what we know by what we can hardly see. Ah, if we knew it all, we should surely understand that the balance of sorrow and joy is held with an even hand, that the scale of success or loss shall never overflow, and that compensation is twined with the lot of high and low. The easy path in the lowland hath little of grand or new, but a toilsome ascent leads on to a wide and glorious view. Peopled and warm is the valley, lonely and chill the height, but the peak that is nearer the storm cloud is nearer the stars of light. Launch on the foaming stream that bears you along like a dart. There is danger of rapid and rock, there is tension of muscle and heart. Glide on the easy current, monotonous, calm, and slow. You are spared the quiver and strain in the safe and quiet flow. Oh, the sweetness that dwells in a harp of many strings, while each, all vocal with love, in tuneful harmony rings. But oh, the wall and the discord, when one and another is rent tensionless, broken, or lost from the cherished instrument. For rapture of love is linked with the pain or fear of loss, and the hand that takes the crown must ache with many a cross. Yet he who hath never a conflict hath never a victor's palm, and only the toilers know the sweetness of rest and calm. Only between the storms can the alpine traveler know transcendent glory of clearness, marvels of gleam and glow. Had he the brightness unbroken of cloudless summer days, this had been dimmed by the dust and the veil of a brooding haze. Who would dare the choice, neither or both, to know the finest quiver of joy or the agony thrill of woe? Never the exquisite pain, then never the exquisite bliss. For the heart that is dull to that can never be strung to this. Great is the peril or toil if the glory or gain be great. Never an earthly gift without responsible weight. Never a treasure without a following shade of care. Never a power without the lurk of a subtle snare. For the swift is not the safe, and the sweet is not the strong. The smooth is not the short, and the keen is not the long. The much is not the most, and the wide is not the deep, and the flow is never a spring when the ebb is only neap. Then hush, oh hush, for the Father knows what thou knowest not, The need and the thorn and the shadow linked with the fairest lot. Knows the wisest exemption from many an unseen snare, knows what will keep the nearest, knows what thou couldst not bear. Hush, oh hush, for the Father proportioneth as He will to all His beloved children. And shall they not be still? Is not His will the wisest? Is not His choice the best? And in perfect acquiescence is there not perfect rest? Hush, oh hush, for the Father, whose ways are true and just, knoweth, and careth, and loveth, and waits for thy perfect trust. The cup He is slowly filling shall soon be full to the brim, and infinite compensation for ever be found in Him. Hush, oh hush, for the Father hath fullness of joy in store, treasures of power and wisdom, and pleasures for evermore, blessings and honor and glory, endless, infinite bliss, child of His love and His choice. Oh, canst thou not wait for this? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. All is Well by Mary Peters. Though we pass through tribulation, all will be well. Ours is such a full salvation. All is well. We expect a bright tomorrow. All will be well. Faith can sing through days of sorrow. All is well. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. End of From Queen's Gardens, a chorus of many voices by various authors.